Alfie, first to you. What attracted you to the role of Jack?
Well, you know, to Rogue Heroes, it was definitely being able to be in a show with actors such as Jack and Connor, and Bobby and Jacob McCarthy, and also Stephen Knight, obviously no brainer having him attached, and Tom Shankland, who is a director. I've been a real fan of his work for quite a while, but the character Jock, yeah, just being able to play a real life character and hopefully do that some version of him that's been left in history justice, and to be able to kind of just research that, and I came across a book of published love letters called Joy Street that was really informative for me, and so yeah, I would say yeah, just making sure that we didn't have the real SAS guys knocking on our doors, making sure that we hadn't that we got it right, and hopefully we did.
With that aspect of that, Jack, with it being a military show, what kind of preparation did you have to do in order to get into that role for Patty?
Oh, I'm not going to lie. Like, there wasn't any kind of great need to feel like we were going to get buff or what have you. Just because I think men back then didn't really work out at the gym like that. So all of these pictures we were looking at, the physique wasn't something that you would like associate with that sort of alpha type look. So there was no need to go and do that. It was just mainly. We got to do a bit of a boot camp with some ex-military guys. Got to figure out like how you'd drill, how you'd get on the march, how you'd do all of that sort of regimented stuff, and then a bit of field craft was involved. And then I think mainly the most important thing is to try and understand the mindset the best you can. And in order to do that, luckily we had people, ex-SAS members that came and held talks with us. This was at a very early stage, so that kind of felt like the initial part of the process. But again, you're talking about a regiment that we are showing the creation of. So in terms of its identity, I don't think that had been molded in any way, not like we know it now. So it was kind of just trying to break down and understand the origins of it and what made these men appeal to David Sterling while he was recruiting them. I think that was our individual tasks.
Alfie, so speaking of that, wearing this uniform, it looks like it looks like a lot of it was shot possibly outside. What was the elements like shooting the series?
They were they were testing, but totally necessary, obviously. And yeah, it was just a learning process for everyone involved, I think. In terms of the locals who were there, who were assisting us, they'd never shot in those conditions because things just don't shoot at that time of year then, in terms of it being the summer. And so the camera crew using all their camera equipment, us using all the authentic Jeeps and the guns that were, albeit shooting blanks, but it was totally necessary and kind of a forced method acting in a way. The desert definitely lends itself to being another character in the story. It's and also just makes it that much more cinematic. So it's for me, yeah, totally necessary.
Jack, back to you. David and Patty, their relationship was kind of fun to watch unfold throughout the season as a viewer. What was it like working with Connor?
Oh, phenomenal, man. Yeah, phenomenal. For a young man, it's going to sound condescending, but for a fella of his years, I was blown away by his professionalism and his like emotional maturity and understanding this character, and being able to bring all of that to his portrayal was a really special thing. I felt like a special thing to be able to witness.
My final question is, Sterling is a bit of a drinker. So, Alfie, first to you, what is your go-to drink?
I don't drink. So I would say oat milk latte.
I like that. I like that. Jack, to you.
I need to take a leaf out of Alfie's book, I think.
So Jack, what's your go-to drink?
Just a nice pint of ale. Nice warm pint of the stuff. Yeah.